Alrighty. Welcome back. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. So, we've already set up our chart. Okay. The only thing we haven't done yet is this right here. So, let's go take care of that. Not bad. Forgot about this one. Boom. There we go. Alright. First, let's take a look at the hour, just to get our bearings. So we have our main point of control up here for the high time frame. That's from 3 sessions ago, technically, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to where it is now. This is our current profile. If we're looking from this open forward, this is the profile. I'm gonna be absolutely honest. Absolutely honest. Okay. We had a very strong point of control right here until whatever this is decided it was going to leap up way beyond all of this and cross it. Now we're in retrace. It looks like we might actually have the opportunity to see it hit this and then continue higher. Not entirely sure because we haven't seen it pull away outside of this right here, in all honesty. Very, 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 very strange. And if we're looking at the MACD, look at the MACD. MACD said, "Hey, we're just coasting. Don't mind me." Whoa, what happened there? Crazy, crazy stuff. I want to see what news happened yesterday, I guess. Interesting. So nothing happened. Nothing happened Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Monday, there's no news. Tuesday, there's PMI. Crazy. So this one right here was really out of pocket. I'm gonna assume it was just a typical breakout without any catalyst, really. The only thing I think of is that one red folder about Trump and Iran. But right now, I mean, I personally have no idea outside of the potential to say it was a breakout. Reason to say it was breakout because before this leap up, sure, this was a constant strong, but for this point of control here, we had this low volume node that wasn't going to get crossed. My expectation for today was we could see a pullback, a move back up, boom, and then it may like trickle back up, hit this, and then we could see it fall lower, and that would have been the trade idea for today. But this leap up has got me thinking differently, just a smidge differently, because we've had this leap up now, and then a huge point of control just outdone. I'm thinking we can move to the lower time frame. You see this point of control here. Yeah, massive pull away. I'm curious to see if, because we now have a point of control here for this, right? I want to see it move back down, hit this, or at least the range of it. And then we could see it go nuts. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get the range of this. Yep. Here's the range of our POC. We can see it come down and then bounce right back off. There's potential for it. I'm entirely inclined to see exactly what might happen. But before we can take a trade, it's got to unfold. So I'm going to patiently wait for it to do just that. I am well aware that this right here could easily be another play. Realistically, we could be playing the inverse. Because this is just the collective volume of what's happened from this jump forward. Whereas this is the collective volume of the entirety of the session back all the way to yesterday. Yeah, I think our volume open is going to push it down into this range, and we could see it fail and jump up off of it, and we could see the continuance of this candle right here to go higher. I think that's my idea for today. I think it is. I don't know though, because we broke structure. Trend says we're in a downtrend. Broke structure here. Broke structure here. Broke structure here. Broke structure there. So this is just all over the place. Acceptance within this range and the huge volume node. This is the result of the constant breaking of structures right here. This broke a whole lot. High time frame wise. Also says we broke structure in a major way. And this is not a low that's been made yet. So realistically, trend says on higher time frame, we're going higher. We're just waiting for the retrace back into this range and then for it to rip up from that. Yeah. We got 3 minutes until market open. I'm very inclined to say we'll see it open in the down move. I mean, we're already moving down. Hello, market open. I think about it, but it could very well just touch this and then continue up higher. This is the beginning of its low volume node, so for it to venture this far down, unlikely but possible. So that was Trump, apparently. I'm looking at Discord for Trade Locker, and apparently they're all in agreement saying that, yeah, that was Trump's deal with Iran that went through, and as a result of him like making a deal or whatever, um, it heavily influenced market, and that candle was just a blowout compared to the general trend. interval along off of this. Aim for these highs here. Put this here. That's a 1 to 3, which also works. I don't think these highs are realistic, although that is a 1 to 4, 1 to 3.3, and it looks good. It's just not realistic. And that's more like a 1 to 4 right there. That would be good. It looks nice, but we might not see it. Looks like we may have bottomed out right there. This low created could be the signal that, hey, we were in the downtrend, but we're not going to go lower because this is our low volume node. If we're targeting low volume nodes off of that, next our next available one's like right here, which is just above these highs. There is genuinely no telling breaker structure typically says shift in trend, but right now I'm looking at consolidation. The idea of this trade strategy is to take the point of control's range, wait for a move away, and then wait for price to drop or rise away from said point of control's range in continuance with trend. Consolidation makes this difficult because we could be trading the inverse, but the likelihood of us getting a well-defined trade based on range-bound volume is slim. It's difficult for me to do. It's recommended with this strategy not to trade while it's consolidating. We're looking at range-bound though. That would allow me to put this here. That gives me a 2.8. point control shift right there. This is a risky trade. Why is this a risky trade? Well, apart from trend right now being in the down mode, we know that price is going up and it needed to create a low. That low forming, this low forming, pretty much sealed the deal because we had one low here. It moved away from this. It moved away from this. It came back down, made a new low here. This low broke past this one, but it didn't break past this one here. And it definitely didn't break past this one here. And it revisited the low volume node. The low volume node suggests that from this low, price is done moving in the down direction. It's going to continue in its overarching direction on the hour. The hour suggests it's going to continue higher because of the breakout candle. It's got a huge gap if it wants to continue lower in the first place. But I don't think it's going to do that. Instead, what I think it's going to do, based on the low volume node it's revisited, is it's going to continue higher. Now, the only thing disproving this thought is the fact that we've got a consolidation pattern going, which resulted in this high volume node that's currently in the way. If price does want to continue higher, which it looks like it does want to continue higher, we'll see it break past this high volume node, and we should see it continue up beyond this. However, my concern is that we'll see more of a consolidation pattern rather than a continuance of trend because of the rapidly changing points of control, like throughout all of it. You can see it right here. This area specifically had such a small difference change in the points of control. It's kind of like this legitimately was a consolidation. We temporarily broke out of it, and then it proceeded to create its point of control lower. It accepted itself, and then we had another breakout. This breakout cleared not only this low volume node here, but it jumped way past even this high volume node here. So it could honestly continue higher. Per trend, it wants to continue higher. We could see it continue higher. But the likelihood of it doing so is kind of slim because it's already done so. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. I think my trade idea is in the good. I think it's alright. We just have to wait and see for it, to be honest. There's no way of knowing until after it's happened, so I'm inclined to wait, at least for right now. I'm going to go ahead and confirm that, keep it like solidified. I'm not going to change anything about this. If it continues higher beyond the point of our fund take profit, hooray, we got a trade going. But honestly, there are two major factors that keep me from saying yes, I'm confident in this trade. The risk to reward ratio is good, our stop loss is good, our final take profit is reasonable, it's not out of question. Price actions discovery and retest is good. The volume node retest is good. The range off the point of control previous to session open is good. What else could I have done here? Because I ventured back 3 sessions worth of volume. It's all saying pretty much the same thing. We had a breakout in the down direction, it consolidated. We had a breakout from that consolidation back up. It's consolidating again. Per market open, we had a move away from the point of control. It retested, failed, closed above. Price attempted to continue lower, but it failed. It looks like it's closed above. I'm primarily talking about this candle right here. Realistically speaking, we had technically 2 moves away. We had this one here, came down, retested, continued higher, broke away, moved away, came down, retested here. And this time it didn't just retest the point, but it also retested the range itself. Wanted to see how strong it was. In my opinion, it successfully did so, and so we should see it continue up higher. It did so doubly, considering it only hit this, which is on the outer range of this. We should see it go higher. 1 second. Everything about it makes sense. Yeah, I'll just need to wait patiently. I don't want this video to take forever, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pause the video because it looks like we're okay for right now. It looks like it, kinda. I want to wait patiently for all of what's about to happen. I'm going to be observant the whole time. I'm going to be watching it the whole time. I'm honestly going to be dissecting this after the fact. Right now, I think the trade is okay for all the reasons I've already described. Right now, I think the trade is at risk because of all the reasons I've just described. There's not much else I can really do. I've entered it on a trade, and I think it'll win. The potential for it to is there. The potential for it to lose is also there. This was not a gut feeling entry. This was a thought out entry based on the volume profile as well as where price action decided to go based on it. I'm going to pause the video now. I'll be right back. So, we went all the way up to here. The trade idea was correct. We're going higher. However, double rejection, low volume node, triple. Should I cut my loss? Does that seem to be the case? Does that seem to be about right? Realistically, we could have taken the same trade, put our stop loss, our final take profit right here, and we could have put our final stop loss right here, giving us a 2.48 risk reward. I did this a little bit after I had entered this, and I waited for a little bit. It was like right here that I decided to go, wait, hang on. If this right here is the case, then I could probably, yeah, that triple R actually works out. It really, really does. So, should I cut my losses is the question. We haven't broke below a low. This is our current low. This is our entry point, and we've seen it go up. The hour says we're in the same bout. I mean, we're still moving down a little bit, but the likelihood of it continuing down is slim. The only reason I say it's slim is because we've been in a breakout. We've gone way up into the low volume region area. There is no other rejection right here outside of the one way, way, way over here. And even then, this area that it decided to hit, I mean, there's no, like, aside from that, maybe this high right here is about the only other high that has hit that same low volume area. So, it's difficult for me to say what I should do right now. I think I should cut my loss. We could have got out up here if I had chose to stick with this risk reward ratio instead of this one. I think it's a safe bet. I think it's a safe one. It beats the alternative in waiting. It beats losing the trade. It beats seeing this trade go in a direction I don't want it to go in. I think I made the right call. I think I really, really did this trade really, really well, and I want to see that momentum continue. I want to see more trades like this, less like this. Primary reason I say that is because with this trade, we'd have stopped at our final take profit and we'd have been out of the market. This right here, we would have needed to wait a while for it to go up to, and clearly that it just wasn't in the cards. The idea that it would go higher was correct. From here up, it went higher. Woo, we got that part. This part right here, though, was bound to happen. I'm not going to lie. It revisiting the point of control and potentially bouncing off of it, very likely. There's not much else to say, really. I think I did all that I could this trade to come out on top. What we waited for was the adventure away from said point of control, but I think before we even saw this point of control right here, what I did was I moved this right here. Let's go to the hour because it's a little bit easier to see it. This right here, this whole green thing, was to label the point of control from previous session to today's session. And before market open, our point of control was way down here, and we knew that this was a breakout and that it would potentially continue higher. We wanted to catch a long off of this. The idea was that for the long trade, it would continue after creating a low. Well, it created a low. Sorry, still waking up. Shocking. But it created a low, and from there, we wanted to see exactly what it was going to do. We broke structure here, broke structure there. It kept breaking structure all throughout this, so we assumed consolidation. It even racked up the amount of volume indicative of a consolidation. Well, apart from this, we saw that price decided to venture away off a double rejection. Okay, this should have been our final take profit and our target for today's trade. I now know this. The low that I should have targeted was the one immediately after the engulfing candle off of the move down. We had a huge streak of red, a huge candle up. It wasn't exactly a break of structure, but it 100% engulfed the last candle. Then we had a doji. Very indecisive, didn't know what it wanted to do, when in reality, the only direction for it to go was up after this huge move down. The fact that it retested a low volume node that had already been visited once, all the way over here, told me that yes, price was going to continue higher. How high? I decided to lose my scope on that. I didn't really have a scope for it. I now do. From this, risk reward ratio, we could have very easily kept this and have stopped out. But from this low volume node, I wanted to see how high it would go. We entered late. Realistically, we could have entered way the flip down here, like right there. That would have netted us a 4.42 risk reward, and our stop loss could have been, hold on. Here we go. I want to do this. Boom. Boom. That's a 6. 1 to 6. If we had taken our entry here, put our stop loss below these lows, and then watched it continue up, not only would we have been stopped out by the final take profit, but we'd have had a 1 to 6 risk reward, and that would have been quite kosher. Would have been quite kosher. The only reason we didn't enter here was because we needed to see it continue up the doji, and then a continuation off of that doji to continue high. So this would not have been a very easy pick when it came to the move up, and we would have needed it to come back down, and there's no real way of us knowing if it was going to continue down. This is a very, very, very not safe space to enter. Realistically, it would have been something like this still, where the doji would have closed, we would have entered, we would have seen it continue up, and it still would have netted us a 2.29-ish triple R. So there's a lot that could have been done here to, I feel like, make this an easier trade, but there also could have been a lot done to have us lose this trade, and I'm glad I got out when I did, because it looks like right now that it's just tanking. So we came out on top today. I think it was an okay trade. It wasn't a bad trade. It wasn't an egregious trade. I now know entry points. I now know how to enter. I just need to get better at targeting my final take profits. It's just literally cut and dry what I need to do. I need to find my targets and stick to them. There's nothing else to it. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you stuck it out all the way to the end, consider liking the video, consider subscribing if you're new on the comeback and want to see more. I've got plenty of other content on YouTube. You can head over to the description, or you can head over to my Twitch channel down below. From there, the YouTube link. on that channel description. You'll find my vault channel where I put all of the links to literally everything. Head there if you want to check that out. Yeah. Comment below what your favorite part of the video was, and if you think I could learn a thing or two about final take profits, as well as any other entry points that I could have taken within this whole gist here that would have been a better trade for me. I think I did fairly good considering before market open, we did not see that this was like we saw that this was a low volume node and we entered on it considering it would go up. We did not know whether or not it was going to crash us out, and there was a strong likelihood that it could have. But on this candle closure, we noted that the price was rejected. It was a low volume node. Okay, it's going higher. And we took it. Took that for a ride. Dang, now it's ripping again. Comment below if you think I should be taking more than one trade a day. I get this is the amount right here that I'm working with. I get that I'm very limited on that note. I don't know. I feel like I could take more than one trade a day. It'd be okay. Sometimes. Not all the times, but sometimes. There's a lot I've got to consider when thinking about this. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.